very good evening to all. You have been gone through all the videos that was posted in YouTube, I hope so. Now today we are going to see some interesting topic that gives you a very interest towards nature and towards what are the things that are around you. Okay, before entering into the lesson, as we generally see about the author's description, today also we are going to see a very short description about the author. Let's get into the lesson now. The name of the today's topic is Geography Lesson. It's a poem actually. You know, generally I have told you so many things about poetry. I hope you would have seen it. I'll just tell you what is a poetry. A poetry is nothing but the word came from a Greek word called to make or to create. Poetry is nothing but which we create by ourselves. So today the topic is Geography Lesson. It was written by Zulfikar Ghosh. Zulfikar Ghosh is the poet of this particular poem. I have written a few description about the poet. I told you the name of the poet. He was born on 13th March 1935 and followed by that he is an American novelist. So he belongs to the country called America. So he is an American novelist. He wrote so many novels in his lifetime. Particularly he wrote n number of poems. That's why I have mentioned here as poetry. Then criticism. Criticism you all will be knowing. Somebody would have written some notable works. For that particular notable works, they would have written on behalf of criticizing the works or praising the works. It depends on the work they write. So followed by that, here I have given two notable works of Zulfikar. These two works became very popular all over the America, and apart from this novels, poetry and criticism, he wrote n number of fictional stories, non-fictional stories for newspapers, journals. For everything he has written n number of things. So here the two notable works are Jets from Orange and A Memory of Asia. These two are very familiar of his and it has become very popular. This particular poem, Geography Lesson, is a very short poem which gives a clear-cut idea of how one should love nature. We all love nature, but there are few exceptional cases that comes on our way. So if you take that particular things, there are few people who hate nature. To all of them, those who are hating nature, I'm telling you today, you all will love nature if you hear this poem. Because it is a very, very easy language they have used in this. And it is a very small poem which gives a general description of what is a nature. Not only nature, it depicts people around us and it describes about nature's beauty and it describes how one will feel if they go somewhere. Let's get into the poem now. Okay, I have told you that we are going to see a very new topic today which is called Geography Lesson, right? So it's a poem, I told you, right? I have not mentioned the poetic lines here. I have just given few new words here. Today for something strange or different thing, I'm not going to tell you the meaning for those words. You just find it on your own because it's like spoon feeding. Every time I'm telling you the hard words or the new meanings for you for everything, so that it will be very easy for you to you can see and go through it very easily. So this time for a strange thing, I have not given you the meaning for that. I have just mentioned you the hard words alone. You find in it from your own dictionary. You can refer Google or you can see any other things for that. But you make sure you are looking at your own without anybody's help. Because seeing dictionary or learning new words and all, if you improve your vocabulary, your English knowledge will also improve. So for that particular thing, what you want to do, the main thing is you want to improve your vocabulary, the new words that you're going to learn, right? Instead, there are new words that if somebody tells you, no, you will not be remembering for a long time or for a lifetime. But if you learn it by your own, you will never repeat it, and you'll keep on learning something new, and you will not be forgetting it throughout the lifetime. Like for example, our parents used to say, "Don't go there, you'll fall down. Don't touch that." This every time they'll tell, because there will be some harm that is going to affect you. That's why our parents insist us not to touch. For example, if you go near a fire, no, your parents will tell, "Don't go there, it's fire, you'll get hurt." Will you listen? No, you'll never listen. You'll go near that and you'll touch that. Once you touch that, if it hurts, next time will you go near the fire? You will not be going near the fire. So that's what I'm telling. Every time if I spoon feed you, you will be thinking like, okay, ma'am will tell us the hard words or she'll tell us the hard words. So this time I have given very simple words for you to learn. So only 5 words I have given you. You search through the website and learn it on your own. Next video when I post, I will be telling you the meaning for these particular words. Okay. So I'll just read out the words. See this carefully. First one is inevitability. Inevitability. All these 5 words comes in a poem, not from anywhere I have taken. So first one is inevitability. Second one is delineator. Third one is haphazard. I have given here 2 color combinations because these 3 words will be very new to you, as you would not have been heard before. But these 2 you'll be learning, or you'll be knowing it already. So I have mentioned this in a different color. First one is inevitability. Second one is delineator. Third one is haphazard, and fourth one is attraction, and fifth one is difficult. I know very well that you will be knowing these last 2 words already. So first 3 words only are going to, or you wanted to learn today newly. So make sure you are learning it by your own. Don't seek help from your parents, not from anybody. Okay, now let's get into the poem. As I told you, the title itself mentions this geography lesson. So something that describes about geography. Geography we all know, Puvi will tell you that, right? So here what the author says is, he tells his own lifetime experience of traveling in a airplane, like an aeroplane or helicopter, whatever maybe. He sees the ground from 10,000 feet height. In the beginning, before getting into the poem, he just gives a very short description of what he gives is, can you imagine how the ground appears when you see from 10,000 feet above the ground? So the first question he raises is, can you ever imagine, or have you ever imagined how the ground will appear when you see from a particular height above? A few would have been traveled in airplane, and few would have not been traveled in airplane. So we will not be aware of what is happening, right? So he just tells a very clear-cut description of how he feels when he goes above the ground level. So he is traveling around 10,000 feet above from the ground. When he goes there, he sees different things from upside. Like when he was 10,000 feet above, he can see there will not be any particular place mentioning over there, because we cannot find, oh, that green color painted is my home, that yellow color painted is my home. We cannot find, right? So everything looks very strange, and everything looks very small when you see from a particular height. So it generally appears like there will be a place where full of buildings, there will be a place where full of forest, there will be a place where full of water. So when he sees from above level, he can feel that there are many sea than land place. So that's what we generally call 3 parts of land, 1 by 3. So one is land and other 3 are water. We generally know, we all will be knowing that generally. So what he says here is, when he sees also, he just feels the same thing when he sees from the above level. He can generally claim that it is nothing but our earth is surrounded more number of water than land area. That is the main thing he's portraying. Then the next thing what he's coming to tell us, at a particular height when he reaches, he can feel that the earth is round. Now there are many people who are telling that no, our earth is not in round shape. There are few other shapes they are mentioning. So after hearing all these things also, he just tells, because it was written previously, he just tells after reaching a particular level, he can feel that the earth is round in shape, and followed by that what he tells is, he can see many buildings and areas around there. So now I'll write down the few examples which has to be remembered while seeing that. Now let's see that. I have told you that I'll be giving you few clues to remember, right? So these are the clues that are in the poem. Main things are these: sky clear, country, river, valley, earth round, sea more, landless, and hate and love. So these are the things that you want to remember when you frame the poem. It's not that these are the words or meanings. Don't think you can frame sentences on your own using this. I'll explain you this, okay? Before that, I wanted to tell you the difference between feet and inch, right? 1 feet equal to 12 inches. Because in this particular poem, the author would have mentioned feet and inches. When he talks in the first paragraph, he tells that when he goes beyond 10,000 feet above. In the next stanza, he says that after reaching 6 inches, after reaching 5 inches, he might be telling that. That's why I have given you 1 foot or feet equal to 12 inches, okay? So the authors, I told you, when the author reached 10,000 feet above the ground level, he can see the sky very clearly. That's why I mentioned as sky clear. He can see the sky very clearly when the jet sprang into the sky. That's the first line of the total poem. When the jet started moving upward towards the upward direction and it starts traveling in the clouds, he can see the sky or very clear. Skies are very clear. Followed by this, he can see the country. Wherever country he was traveling, he can see the country very clearly where there are many rivers and valleys. I have mentioned in a singular form, you can make it as a plural form, rivers and valleys. He can see many rivers, he can see many valleys, and even seas he can see when he sees from the above level. Then after reaching many thousand feet above the ground level, he can find that earth is round, that I have told you already. He sees that earth is round, and I have told you this also. The poet realizes that after reaching a particular level, he can feel that there are more sea level than the land level. Then final one is, the earth is very small when you see from the above level. So why fight and why hatred are aroused in the between? Across the places, from one country to another country, we are going and fighting. We are fighting for some causes may be there, but why in this small world we people are living in a particular thing, and why the fight and why people are not ready to love each other, why people have started hating each other, and why the fight is all arousing. That was the main question he is arising in the poem. That is, we are living in a small world where there are many people, but people don't have sufficient time to talk to one another. But even though all these crises are there, why people are hating each other? That's the main question the poet is arising in the poem. Being in a single world, we all living in a single world, but different countries, different religions might be there. But being in a particular religion or country, why we are not able to love each other, why people have started hating each other, and why people have started hurting each other. That's the main question arised throughout the poem by the author. See, using these words, you can remember the entire poem. I'll repeat it again. When the poet reached a particular feet above the ground level, he can feel the sky is clear. From the countryside, he can see many rivers and valleys crossing, and he can feel that the earth is round in shape. And he says there are many sea level than the land level. That is, many more water content are there comparing to the land level. Then the final one is why people wanted to hate when there are many things to love each other. So the poet concludes with this. There are no figures of speech in this. It's not no. There are only repetition of sentences are there in the poetic lines. You can go through the poetic lines. I'll add the poetic lines along with the video. You can watch the poetic lines. If you have any doubt, you can ask me in the next class. So don't forget to go through the meanings that I had told you. Just see the meanings and find it on your own. And if you have any doubts, you can ask me. I told you already. So what I wanted to tell is, as the poet said, as the poet concluded, just love all, don't hate anybody in the very small world. So go through using these clues, you can go through the poem. Just note it down. If you have any doubts, you can ask me in the next class. Thank you.